Hello all, Memoirs of an Ugly Man. Um, Today I'm just motivated to maybe make a video that's more than 10 minutes, just general talk about the struggle when it comes to dating and relationships. So I was just sitting here and I was thinking, women just cannot relate. I think most women just cannot relate when it comes to the hardships that guys have who are not very gifted when it comes to looks. Just sitting here doing the same thing that I always do. Different social media, different apps, whatever it may be, reaching out to 10 different women a day. And I was sitting here thinking, man, this is old. This is getting really old now. It's the same thing over and over again, just trying your best to do what you can on multiple different platforms, and nothing's materializing. And in fact, it's even less so than it was in the past. I mean, it was always hard. It was never easy. But now it's just quadrupled in terms of difficulty. So in the past, let's say 5 years ago, if I'd reached out to, I'm going to set the number high. If you had reached out to maybe 1,000 women, possibly, you could have a conversation with maybe 10 out of 1,000. Those 10 conversations would be, fairly in depth, of which you might be able to get 5 numbers, of which, only 2 would become worthwhile, I guess. And then you would see them out, and maybe one would hit, maybe one wouldn't. But these are the kind of numbers we're talking about. 2 out of 1,000, you might have a possibility, and even that, it never worked out because, hey, I've never had a relationship, not really. So there you go. There was, I think, a few that I pursued very seriously, and I came close, to twice, I guess. But nothing. I never ever managed to have an actual official relationship. It never happened. So these are the kind of numbers that you're talking about. 2 out of 1,000. Now, if you fast forward 5 years, it feels like for every 1,000, I'm hitting maybe 0.5, and I'm being generous there. It just seems, I've made a video of this in the past. It just feels like the real mission impossible. It just doesn't matter what I do, which platform I use, how I approach, what I say. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Most of the time, in fact, not just most, but we're talking 99% of the time, they're going to see my profile. They're going to see that I'm an ugly dude, which is what it seems like. Most won't even reply. Some even block me to prevent me from further entering into any correspondence with them. So, if I do have a few replies, they fizzle out after maybe 2 or 3 sentences. Not to mention that it will take, minutes, hours for a reply. It's not a good, timely manner of reply. It's it's just it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, and I don't think women can relate, because I think women will always have some attention. They'll have people messaging them, giving them good, timely responses. Not taking hours for a reply. If you're sitting there trying to have a conversation, how are you supposed to have a conversation if you've got to wait 60 minutes for a reply, and then you might get 3 or 4 words in the next sentence? It's ridiculous. So, I'm just sitting here thinking, okay, so I'm a middle-aged guy now. It is what it is. It's reality. I'm a middle-aged guy here, trying my best with no results. So it's almost like, what more can I do? What more can I do? Quoting Oreo Man, or going back to Oreo Man, Savvy Guy, Brandon. He often talks about how maybe it's just not in some people's cards. Maybe it's just not in their cards. That's how it feels like anyway. It's not in their destiny to attain, relationships. That's how it feels. So, yeah, just now I've tried in the physical world. So right now I'm doing mostly online apps or online, whatever it may be. And, I think I've tried different strategies as well in the past. Like I've done cold approach. That was pathetic. It felt very intrusive. I've talked about in a previous video how I approached 30 women in one day and I didn't get anything. No results whatsoever. So it felt very intrusive as well. So, it's not something that I'd want to go back to. Warm approach seems to be the best, and even that doesn't work for me. But I think with that success, I mean, I've heard people say that the definition of insanity is people repeating the same thing over and over and over again. Now that's how it feels like to me. What I'm doing the same thing over and over again. I'm not giving up. I'm trying, but with nothing. It's like a desert out there. It's like a famine. You could go through my history and it's just profile after profile after profile, and it goes on for pages of just nothing, just emptiness. And that's if I'm probably getting no. In fact, I don't ever get messages, and I think a woman in a week might get 100 messages, depending on what platform she's on. Likes, messages, what it may be. Tinder, I've talked about before, is absolutely pointless. Dating apps, when you're an underprivileged guy in terms of looks, it's pointless. It's just a waste of time. You're just wasting your time. It's just you're going to be completely written off. And I think I heard a video. Someone said that the bottom 50% of men on dating apps are basically cut out of the market. And I can understand that. I can definitely understand that. You're just completely cut off. So there's a lot of guys out there who, are in the same struggle. I can relate to them. Like I've said before, Oreo Man, there's a guy, Heed and Succeed. He's kind of hard to get hold of though. He's not an easy guy to get hold of. He makes a few videos and I don't think he's easily accessible. Where Oreo Man, he does occasionally have moments where you can engage with him. So yeah, it looks like what to do, how to switch things up, is it even worth trying? Is it even worth trying, really? Who knows? But the urge is still there, even though I don't have anywhere near as much energy as I did in the past. The urge is still there to, I think having a relationship is, for a lot of human beings, it's a part of nature. It's a part of nature, and I think a lot of people feel that they're missing something, or they're emptying some aspect of their life, and I think that is relationships. So yeah, I think relationships can be a great thing if you can attain them, if you can get them, which unfortunately a lot of guys out there can't. And they've got so many videos that you can watch you can hear their story, you can hear their journey. They'll tell you about it. So yeah, I mean, I guess I could join some groups, but I've tried that before with no results. But I guess it's worth trying something else, because this is ridiculous. The same thing over and over again for, with nothing. I mean, occasionally it's hit home, but it's so rare, it's ridiculous. And it's nothing, no relationship ever formed, ever. Can you imagine someone going through, all the way to being a middle-aged person and never having a relationship with the opposite gender? It's crazy. It's crazy. So yeah, I'll have to. I'd love for the community as well. I know there's a lot of us out there, a lot of guys out there. We should all get together, some kind of like a social group, and exchange ideas and opinions. That would be interesting. But yeah, just thinking of other things. But my mind's gone a bit blank now. So, with that said, and in fact, you know what? I'm going to pause this for a moment while I think of what it was that I was going to say. No, it's not come back to me. So yeah, so I think in short, I'm going to have to switch it up a little bit, even though I have no faith at all, zero faith that anything will happen from it. If it does, amazing, but I'm not optimistic. In fact, I'm a pessimist. Just that's based purely on experience. It's not. I'm not just saying that just to say it. This is based on actual experience. But yeah, those of you out there who, you know, get to go on dates or have relationships, you guys, congratulations or congrats. You did it. Good for you. But yeah, there were so many guys on that I watch online as well. There was one guy, I still don't fully know what his account was called. It was like DBRD or something. He was amazing. He was so interesting to listen to. He was getting a lot of views too. And he just vanished off YouTube one day. There's another guy I watch who's in his mid-40s. I can't remember his name, but he's interesting to listen to as well. He just talks about how he's managed to get all the way to his mid-40s and never really having anything with anyone of the opposite gender, which is insane, but that's his reality. So but there you go. All right, I think I'll wrap it up there. So I welcome anybody's questions, and take care.